Hello, and welcome back to Let's Dead Is Dead Between the Stars, where hopefully this time I'm just going to leave the station. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry, last time I just got engrossed in that. Oh yeah, let's play this game that has no real use. Okay. Boca. Wait, are we not at Boca? Where are we actually, thinking about it? Oh, we're over here. At Rim, I guess? So where's Boca? Oh, Boksha, even. So I guess we're just to make our way to the, thing? The War Council whatever type thing? Which, if that is the case, I might just do it as soon as we're done, with these contracts. Anyway, freighter first. Is the one that kind of needs to be done quickly, the other two are not as important. Sure, it's important to capture criminals, but at the same point in time, best serve the populace first. So, let's get to the freighter, shall we? Oh. Oh, hey. In front of you, there are pirate ships surrounding the cargo ship. As soon as you detect their presence, they open communications. Greetings, Captain. I imagine you're here because you received a urgent request for help from the freighter. I'm afraid that you've been a victim of deception. The corrupt company to which ship belongs owes a large amount to our corporation. We do not intend to hurt anybody, but we only wish to take what is ours. Give me more detail. The captain of the pirates keeps talking. The transport company has been making deals with pirates and smugglers for a long time to carry out the shady tasks. If you help us recover the debt, we will give you part of the profits as a reward. We promise you that no one will get hurt. The captain of the cargo ship enters into communications. What the hell are you waiting for, Captain? The duty of the Republic fleet is to protect our ships. Ships like ours. Kill them at once! Well, if they are literally pirates, sure. The Republic ship cannot stand in support of a pirate boarding, though doing that protects some criminals. You decide to support the cargo ship that you've been given orders to start the attack.
Activate the weapons! All crew to battle stations!
Soon, you'll be nothing but space ash!
I'll make sure to end you quickly!
So your rear section's the weak section's the aft.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
There we go. And your midsection your weakest point, but our guns are out, alas. Oh yeah, I probably should deploy the mines. Oh well.
Well done! May, send a damage report to my terminal immediately.
The captain of the freighter can contacts us at the end of the battle. Thanks, Captain. You wouldn't believe what the pirates said. Don't believe what the pirates said. Everything is a lie. We will work for an honest and legal transportation company. Here, have your reward for the magnificent work you've done. Cool, thanks. Also, if you say so. I have no idea. Oh no. The comms chief looks up from his monitors and explains. We just received a weak SOS, Captain. It looks like an SMC freighter is suffering a hack and its navigational charts are damaged. They're being asked to send a copy of our navigational charts so they can find their way. Send the charts. One of your duties as a fleet captain is to rescue stranded ships and you order the charts to be sent to the freighter so it can continue upon its way. Well, I guess time for the delivery? Yeah? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. That's like, yeah, I secured everything. Right, cool. I'm curious, did I get anything? Oh. Captain, we've been intercepted. God damn it,
Activate the shields. Let's finish them off.
Oh, they're weak spots to 4. Right, cool. What about your guys? Your weak spots the axe. Right, cool. There we go.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Good, that's what we're wanting. Oh god, missiles! Wow, that's actually really quite easy
Well
sometimes.
done. May, send a damage report to my terminal immediately.
Run from the missiles! Stupid missiles. Penetration of shielding. Stupid things. It's fine. I don't mind missiles just deciding to bypass everything forever. Always. Okay, you know what? Because it's on the way, I'll go to the bounty hunting first, and then I'll go to do the delivery, I think. Also makes me wonder if I can go down to the planet's surface, because it looks like the delivery's on the planet, maybe? Okay, your nose section's the weakest. For you... come on. Your tail is the weakest. Right, cool. We're good at going for tails. There we go. There's one down.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
We have no idea about your weak spot, so I'll just fire in the meantime. I'm guessing midsection? Oh no, it's not. Excellent. Oh! The ship that remains turns off its engines. My! The enemy ship, Captain, the enemy ship wants to get into contact with us. You accept the transmission and on your personal terminal and the captain starts to talk. We surrender, Captain! The crew is unarmed and we have allowed the coupling of the ships so you can take us to you. So you can take us with you. Alright, prepare the docking. Ah, why do I not trust this? The ship's hatch opens and you enter. As promised, the crew is unarmed and your team handcuffs the remaining crew and escorts them to cells on your ship. We've got a long way to go to the nearest prison. Can I take the ship? Just, you know, capture it. Can I scrap the ship? No? Alright, cool, I just thought I'd ask. Be nice to just salvage the vessel, but alas, if you can't, then, well, you can't. Well, let us make our way to the delivery. Oh! 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 Can you oh! Oh, I've actually docked to the planet, I should have guessed that. Ah, okay. The Centre of Research and Preservation of Species 1320 has been active for almost 100 years. It was the most advanced facility of study in the biodiversity of the different systems that made up known space. It was the first time that you had set foot here. From the distance, you are stopped by a galactic barrier. that blocks the facilities. You head towards the nearest access, where you find a few armed guards guarding the entrance. We need to talk to the person in charge. The guard asks you for your identification. You give it and pass on once the authenticity has been checked. Guard. Captain, I've been informed of the commander. I'll inform the commander that you've arrived. We will take you to the laboratories in one of our transport ships. The security system interfaces with any of the navigational systems external to our protocol. Okay, let's hurry. You get on the transport ship and start it up. The facilities are huge. You must have been flying over the terrain for a long time, and you couldn't even see the laboratory you were going to. From the height, you can distinguish different parameters of construction as distributed across over the space. Across the surface, you see small defensive ships and security agents from one side to the other making their rounds. Some of the species studied in this center require complex systems to achieve similarity with maximum accuracy. In their natural environment, a large percentage of the species in the research center are extremely exotic creatures with incalculable value within the black market. The guard answered a few questions of the crew until the flights finally landed at the feet of the colossal building in the form of a dome. You enter the facility escorted by a couple of security guards who take you through several floors of the interior while you look around with curiosity. Wherever you look, everything is full of creatures completely unknown to you. After you walk a while, you arrive at a room with a few test tubes and other useful things. While you are waiting for whoever sent you there, you browse the different showcases with strange specimens. Looking at one of the terrariums, you're struck by a small animal. With an appearance of a reptile. No, wait. It's changing. It's some kind of jellyfish. No, it looks different from a while ago. What striking colors. Wait a minute. What are you doing there? A voice takes you out of your trance. Stay away from the polymorphs, Captain. You quickly look away and feel a wave of devastating fatigue. You shouldn't look directly at them for a long time. Polymorphs use a particular property to change in their hypnotic way to those who observe them up close. Curious creature, isn't it? Are you the person in charge? You could say that, yes. I'm Dr. Margaret Romes, a graduate of biochemistry and molecular biology, and I'm the director of the research facility. We're not used to being visited by Republic troops. What are you doing here? We brought the cargo that you asked for. Great. We've been waiting for them for months. Our last sample of Supranella has been had a disastrous ending even. The investigation has been at a standstill ever since. Wow, did any tests go wrong? Not exactly. The captain managed to paralyze one of the researchers. The specimen managed to paralyze one of the researchers without us noticing and left the facility. Vincent was an intelligent and educated person, but he had a serious problem with gambling. As soon as he arrived in his apartment, some men of whom he owed money took charge of collecting the debts. So they killed Vincent and his guests? Not all at once. Once housed, the organism potentiates exponentially and the capacities of its carrier. That night, Vincent could break the steel bar with his own two hands. Apparently, the brawl made him hungry, and he went home to eat peanut butter sandwich. Though we were not aware of it, it seems that the organism we are studying reacts violently to any trace of nuts. As soon as Vincent swallowed his first bite, they both exploded in the air like a firecracker. What? Well, thank you very much, Captain. We have been a great help to us. Once you visit us again, do not hesitate to talk to me. Any help we get around to will always come in handy. Okay, I will. Shipyard. Let's have a look at what ships are here, hopefully. So it's the Cosmos Transporter, the Cosmos Explorer, or... okay, just that. Wait a minute. C-Class. Ooh, an S-Class space cruiser with great agility. Ooh. Oh. I wouldn't mind having that, honestly. Like, learning about the missiles and hull and stuff. Ooh, wait a minute. Agility? Oh, maybe it's actually worse. I think it may be worse, actually. Yeah, in theory, ours is a bit better. Huh? Hmm. Hmm. I like the cloak, though. Like, the cloak is so nice. I want the cloak back. Hmm. Oh well, what can you do? Ah. Oh, come on. Do I really need to rotate again around here? I'll have to look at the hangar. Nothing? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, cool. Okay, so... the suspicious activity over there, let's go and have a look at it, shall we? Then we'll go back to the station. Oh, distress signal? Oh. The last attack you received released some of the storage anchors that came loose, causing some chests to fall, leaving a real mess. You go down to the storage along with Helixia, expecting the worst. Damn it. It'll take at least a couple of hours to reorganize everything. Tell Golaz and Schrodender to come and help us out. Telixia... Taisia? Whatever. Goes down after a while with the other two crew members. You discover the work, you distribute the work and quickly begin your tasks. In the middle of counting the supplies, you picked up what seemed to be a scream shocks you. Scream shocks you. Shit! It bit me! What is this? You all run down to where it is and stop at once when you see the strange creature that has come out the box. That Gonlaz was organizing. Don't move! It would be difficult to describe exactly what the creature that had crept onto your ship was. A semi-liquid looking creature twisted itself and its body, forming tentacles, all manner of shapes, covering a bright sphere at the center. It was the first time you'd seen something like this. Whatever it was, it tried to slide in the opposite direction as it used its tentacles to roll on the ground. And run away from you at full speed. Captain, don't let him escape! Ooh. Find something to lock it up. Oh god, 9+? You look everywhere in search of a container to put it in, and you get the vacuum bells used in your ship's laboratory. With caution, you approach the creature with the intention of catching it, but it is faster than you thought. You try a couple of times, but it seems to anticipate your movements. Oh, I'm not going to get this, am I? I need to get a 9 or a 10. Urgh. You put yourself in the positions, trying to block his escape route. Little by little, you narrow the perimeter until leaping on the creature with a bell in hand. The creature feels the danger and immediately splits in two, causing you not to get it right. Both sides are running scared until they meet and merge again. With a face of astonishment, as it rolls into a small slot of the floodgates to go through it. Great, and now we have to look all over the ship. Ugh! You look at Golaz, who is petrified while holding the bit in hand. With his eyes wide open as possible, he turns his head towards you. Captain, I feel a bit... In the middle of the sentence, an immense jet of green fluid comes propelling from his mouth, spreading it everywhere. Scared, he cleans himself as best as he can before another gag. As soon as he is finished vomiting, he staggers a little and his legs fail. Luckily, you get to grab him before he collapses. We'll get you to sickbay. Ugh. Oh no. No, not crew members. Wait, what happened to you, Natalie Evans? Oh. Well, first things first. Oh, right, you're the one with it. Why, you're not known as Gomez. Okay, well, we still don't have a cure for the disease. The crewman is suffering. Okay, well, did that work? Or am I gonna lose a crew member here? I can't heal them. Oh no. Tell them to search head to toe of the ship. We need to find this thing. Like, seriously. Maybe we need better healers? Hey, look. You heal? No? Oh no. The sick bay is level 6 though. Ah, fine, heal them. Engineering workshop. What have we got? Pulse generator, radar, ion engine. Radar? Radar? Oh, improves aim. Okay. So yeah, I can't research without capturing that thing. But I can't capture the thing until it gives me another thing to capture the thing. Alright, go. Let's go to the stress signal. Oh no, okay. You pick up Evans while you order Maya to assemble a medical team. The creature's venom is much stronger than you imagined. Evans is frozen and swollen like a balloon. Despite appearing unconscious, he seemed delirious when he tried to articulate a word or two. Delirious as he tried to articulate a word or two. Incomprehensible to you. Hold tight! We're almost there! Medical team puts him on a bed stretcher and inhibits him at full speed. His vital signs are increasingly inconsistent, and he looks truly awful. What happened? You explained to him that the creature bit Evans while you were organising the cargo. Sharpenter seems very worried. I've never seen a toxin like this. Tell me you caught the creature. Tell him the truth, that it ran away. Oh, this is extremely critical, Captain. Without a sample of venom, it is impossible to elaborate an anti-venom. We must find the creature and bring it back alive before the organs of Nafili collapse completely. If we were quick enough, perhaps we could take him to the specialist, though it's a risky bet. I'm not quite sure if he'll be able to hold up until then. At the moment, all we can do is stabilize it and minimize the advance of the venom. We must take him to Dr. Rooms. Dr. Rooms? Dr. Rooms? Are you Dr. Rooms? Oh, okay. Haha, we have left. We're going to do the thing. Oh no, we're back. Alright, go. Well, I guess back we go. You land the ship and you hear a compound as fast as you can. You recognize the guard at the entrance, which is the same guard as that allowed you to pass the first time. The man greets you and accompanies you to one of the ships in the center. It takes you to the lower laboratory. It's been a while since you've seen you around here. You look upset. Has something happened? Dot. Last thing you wanted now was to go and explain to the guard of one of your crew members was struggling between life and death because of the creature you had lost. In silence, you arrive in the facilities where you say goodbye to the and go to the investigation room to meet Dr. Rooms. Greetings, Captain. Good to see you. Have you returned to help us with an investigation? You don't know how happy I was to find the test subject who lived with the Nefers for a few weeks. Our last subject resigned after losing his 5th finger. One of my men has been bitten by a creature. Describe to me the creature. How did it seem to... you describe a strange creature you'd seen in the ship. It's hard to know for sure. Did the creature have an even number of tentacles? I'm not sure. I understand. Would you say that it had a shape similar to 98 ion firing pin? Firing pin? A pin of what? Finally, did it seem more like cherry flavored or lemon flavored? What? I'm starting to think you're laughing at me. Margaret approaches you and looks at you closely in the face. There is no sign of brain damage. Your cognitive abilities are perfect. If the creature you were talking about has been Morphalaxis, the exposed people would probably have had short-term lesions in the neocortex. An overexertion of the damaged parts would trigger a series of unpredictable reactions, convulsions, cerebral bleeding, loss of control of sphincters. That you are still in perfect condition narrows the circle of possible creatures to a certain extent. Oh, well, thank you very much. From what I've seen, there aren't many possibilities. It looks like your friend has been exposed to the Nobar venom. There are a series of semi-independent organisms with a hive mind. Surely an explorer ended up on your ship by mistake. Can you do something about it? For it? Of course, there shouldn't be any problem. I will give you a few doses of the antidote so you can inoculate it as soon as possible. If your partner has been exposed to the venom for a long time, you should go as soon as possible. The Nobia bite is slow in effect, but deadly in 100% of the cases that are not treated. And Captain, when you're finished with your friend, can you come and see me? I have to speak with you. Thank you so much. You have discovered a cure for unknown toxin. Margaret leaves the room for a few minutes, as promised, bringing a few capsules of antidotes. You thank her again and for what she's done and leave for your ship. Hoping it's not too late. Hold on, Evans. Departments. Cool. Wait, Evans, heal. Be healed. Oh! Now that wasn't nice. Oops, that's the wrong button. There we go. Now, let's get back to what I was going to do. Distress signal. Where art thou? That it's not there is rather distressing. Bedum-tish. Sorry, that was dreadful. Anyway, let's get back to the suspicious activity, shall we? And then finally make our way to the space station. So yeah, that was horrible. I didn't like that. That was bad. Oh, Captain, we've been intercepted. Oh, come on.
Activate the shields! All hands to battle stations!
Okay, so your weak spot's the aft. What about you? Your weak spot's the fore. Always more bloody missiles! Go away with your stupid missiles.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Now just time for the other one. There we are. Voila!
Excellent work, team. Are you all okay?
Oh yeah, the shields didn't fall. And we only took like one volley of missiles. See, I've just learned to be a bit more aggressive. I think it works, honestly. Like, more often than not, it seems that just destroying the enemy and taking the hits to the face is pretty much the best way. When you arrive at the corresponding coordinates and find a suspect vessel. The best thing to do is to send a transmission and identify them. The best thing to do is to send a transmission and identify them. Maya opens communications and directs the call to your terminal. On the screen, you can see some big yellow eyes staring you right back. Lucky you, a satyr ship. The captain's jaw is open to speak. Var futos Yes? The creature seems somewhat offended. Few people could understand that language. The satyr had been the last introduction to the Interstellar Republic after years of diplomatic work, greatly hampered by the complex phonics system they possess. You weren't one of these few people, but after the treaty and the territory and in the territory of the Republic, they are subject to the same laws as you. Therefore, your jurisdiction enters into compliance with them. You must check your cargo, Captain.
Pilot, take us to the next target.
Oh no, this could go horribly, isn't it? I'm gonna upset someone. Just watch me be undiplomatic now. He doesn't seem to understand what you say, but he accepts the coupling request. You approach the ship and you meet the captain. You hardly seen one or two in your entire life. The borders have been opened for a short time ago, and there are few people who went outside their sectors. Their own universe isn't exactly small, but until today, it was the only intelligent species found. Having seen one or two did not make this event any less impressive. These beings are measured approximately 2.5 meters. Its two yellow eyes seem to emit light, like two spotlights on the holes where your nostrils should be. Its silky skin and mysteriously smooth appearance was disrupted in a range of colours, ranging from grey to white. Without a doubt, they instill respect, especially in those with jaws as a mouth. With those jaws as a mouth, even. At that moment, you greatly appreciate the reputation of pacifists that they had. May I, do you have an inventory of your cargo? More alien gibberish. He leads you through one of the corridors into a large room where you can smell before arriving in. In it, you can see approximately 50 terrestrial cows. It's funny that, after all these things that had been speculated about extraterrestrial life, the only one that had been proven true is that their fixation on those animals. I must check in case there's any hidden goods. It's the worst chance, but you know. Oh, hey! It worked. Oh. You're lucky. The captain seems puzzled, but he doesn't do anything while you're checking the hold. As soon as you arrive at the small chest, he nervously heads towards you. In the interior, you find small vials of whitish substance. It is no surprise that the Sakhtir, besides the taste of beef, also have particular addiction to the consumption of resin from one of their native farms. The sale of Sakhtir resin is prohibited due to the effects it causes in humans. The amount is quite small, despite being able to claim a good amount of credits, adding to the fact that it was at anyone's site. Adding to the fact that it was at anyone's site, everything seems to indicate that it was clearly the crew's consumption. Though the possession outside of their territory was penalised, it wasn't considered a crime. Be careful with this, it can be dangerous. No, nothing? Alright, cool. I thought you guys would have, like, just said, alright, yeah, cool. Here. Have like small payment as thanks. I mean, it's not illegal, it said, so why take it? You know, just saying, why take it if it's not legal? We are keepers of the law, not profiteers after all. Anyway, when we arrive at the station, I'm probably going to leave it there if nothing happens. Oh no. Oh no. When you're in your cabin, swimming with thoughts lying in your bed, there are several nights since you can barely sleep. You close your eyes, the image of the crew that you saved a few days ago recurrently returns to your mind. The space pirates that had approached them, once in the ship, they killed all those who resisted and others who were held until they left the ship, taking all the supplies. Your medical team had realized that it was impossible to stay alive for so long without food. You assumed that each one had drawn their conclusions. But you had decided not to reveal the horrible truth to them. When you checked the kitchen, you found on the counter full of when you checked the kitchen, you found that counter full of blood. A strange encounter. Knowing how infrequent that it was to carry live food, the last bit of evidence were the bodies that the pirates had supposedly left behind. But they were nowhere to be found. Try to sleep. The entire experience left you with a troubling feeling in your gut. The stench that you had found in your room, the vivid imagery of... You had found in the room the vivid imagery of the captain having the chop and stew of the corpses and his murdered companions to avoid the deaths of the rest of his crew. You couldn't judge him. He had done the best for his people, and that was something you greatly admired in him. As if that were enough, he tricked the rest of his crew into believing there was an emergency rations left. Every time you think about it, a chill runs down your spine. Try to sleep. The situation had you sit up with a terrible feeling in your guts. The stench that you found in the room is a vivid imagery. You cannot judge him. Try to sleep. It is impossible for you to catch some sleep. The burden of that man will have to endure for the rest of his life chokes you to the point of just letting you barely breathe. That must change. There's been too many extreme scenarios and horrific scenes since you had become the captain of the Republic. But this was different. This had taken you deep. It had been in your mind an extreme obsession. You couldn't sleep, you barely had an appetite. The only thing you could think about was the image of the crew eating their friends without having a clue, and how the captain would remember it in solitude every night for the rest of his life. Oh, I need to talk to someone. You can't stand it anymore. You take advantage of the next morning's breakfast to tell the crew member to go is. Wow, Captain. We were really worried. These last days we have noticed you were quite absent, like a ghost. Have you seen the circles under your eyes? When was the last time you caught some rest? Seeing how the crew scolds you for having kept it to yourself comforts you deeply. I'm sorry, Golez. I didn't want to worry you guys. Well, you had us worried, and it's been a terrible event. It has been a terrible event, and we may not be aware of what they had to go through, and what had been going through in the captain's head when having to make such an extreme decision. What I can assure you is that it was the right thing to do. If it had been my body, I wouldn't have held any grudge against them. That man protected his crew until the end, and that's what a good captain does, just like you. His words reach out to you and clear your thoughts. And clear your throats to try and cover your emotions. Thank you very much. I feel much better now. Yo. Do us the favor next time. You want to keep something like that? Just let us know. Next time you want to keep something like that, just let us know. You're the captain, we don't share blood, but we're a family we've chosen. You're the family we've chosen. Breakfast continues with a solemn atmosphere after that scene. Definitely having shared the experience and hearing such an emotional words from you crew has done you good. Despite this, we'd never have understood the true implications of seeing people die under your command. Let's keep going. So yeah, we now gain more experience apparently. Alright, cool. First of all, I guess let's stop that. Crew member, nope, not crew members, departments. Complete that. And voila! You continue upgrading the shields, you continue upgrading that. You also continue with that. You continue with conventional weaponry. As the... well... no, you go salvaging. We'll alternate those two. And I will go with... oh, capacity to lead your crew. I don't know what that actually means, but I'm curious. Give me a second. 0.15? Okay, and if I do this? 0.15. Oh, okay. Oh well, I have no idea what that is, but I guess we're better at leadership. We did lose a point after all, so whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead, dock at the station, and see where things go.
Comms Chief, request permission to dock.
Welcome, Captain. Dock at the assigned bay, please.
Alright, it's all good. There we go. Here we find out it was upside down again. It's like, ah, jeez. Look at this captain, never getting the right way around.
Docking complete. Only the authorized personnel can disembark.
You know what? While we're here, District 8. I'm sorry. District 8 has never enjoyed a good reputation. Everyone who knew it knew that it wasn't an especially safe place to go in. It had been founded in the creation of the city 6260F, and the objectives have been to maximize the efficiency of workers in the engine rooms, housing them as close as possible to the large power stations that provided the power to the entire station. Pollution filled the air of the area. Despite the large extractors, little by little, the people who could afford it were abandoning it over the years, becoming one of the more poorest and most troubled areas of the station. Being on the edge of the law doesn't make it dangerous. The neighborhood seems deserted. The lights of the nearby planets illuminating the streets, which seems to be wet despite never having known rain. On the floor, puddles of some kind of fluid that seem to radiate a soft glow can be seen. The street is quiet. Most homes have been abandoned and lay in ruins. The few people you meet have a frail and sickly appearance. The only ones to break the spatial silence are continuous noises of the extractors, and the coughing coming from the gloom. A young man turns the corner and Rush colliding with you. Captain, I need your help! She's in a grave state! Calm down, what's happened? It's actually... something's wrong! You have to help her! The man seems really worried. You look at him for a second and he doesn't look any better than the other men you've seen in this area. His skin is white as snow, contrasts with his eyelids, swollen and deep red. You know the symptoms perfectly. The man is under the effect of resin. I'm sorry, I have things to do. Captain, if you don't help her, she'll die! Please! She's all I have! I think she's suffering from an overdose. There's no time to lose then. The man leads you to his apartment, where you quickly find Ashley, the young woman on the floor, convulsing frantically. Man, hold on, Ash. I've found you some help! Crew member Talixia lunges at her while she rummages in her bags. Meanwhile, the rest try and immobilize her as much as possible. That was serious. An overdose of Sakta resin could easily be counteracted if caught soon, but it was already in a very advanced state. Do as much as you can. I trust you. Oh, 3 dice to hit 7. Oh, good. There we go. Luckily. Your medicine allows you to succeed. He quickly starts working in the solution. From his bag, he takes out a small test tube and starts mixing them together. As soon as he finishes, he takes a small pistol in which he inserts the vial and inoculates her. Barely a minute later, she stops convulsing, becomes unconscious. Captain, we need to take her to the ship. It's impossible for me to deal with what we have. The situation will We have used to delay is only usable to delay symptoms, but it isn't a definitive solution. We need the ship's equipment. Alright, she's coming with us. Oh! The girl looks up. You load the girl to take her to the ship. When you leave, the man sticks by Ashley, not wanting to leave her side. He has every intention of following you back to the ship. As soon as you realize, you cut him off. With a worried face, he addresses you. Captain! I must go. She's all I have. You're not coming. So, good side, we managed to get someone. Bad side, yeah, that was, yeah, that was a thing. Do I need to put you in sick bay? No, you're just gonna do it on your own? Alright, cool. So what are you, Tilly? You're not a scientist. You're nothing? Where is Ashley? Oh, do I need to leave the station to get Ashley proper? Is that it? Okay, let's leave the station proper, okay? I know I'm going over a little. Do I have her now? Crew members. I thought I said we got Ashley. Okay, well, let me have a look. Okay, yeah, I can save the game. So, what I'll do is I'll leave it there, so the next time, all the best. Why have you scanned the ship for a weak spot? Whatever. Anyway, until next time, all the best, and I hope you enjoyed. I didn't know how to save the game, that's why I was curious.